Lions TV, it's day 15 since Millwall became managerless after the mutual department of Gary Rowett, and we've seen lots and lots of names thrown into the hat. Shortlists allegedly been put in place. People have got their favourites. Apparently the club have got their favourites. Muscat now doesn't want it. Nathan Jones come to the forefront. But yesterday another name got thrown into the hat, and I've got to be honest, I'm sure a lot of you as well said, just like I did, who? Absolutely no idea. His name is Joe Edwards. He is 37 years old. He doesn't even have a Wikipedia page. Not that that matters if you want to be a football manager, but trying to find stuff out about this guy was not easy. But in this video we're going to take a look at his actually long career, despite the fact he's only 37 years of age. That makes me feel very old now that our potential manager could be younger than me. Let's take a look. Okay, so I'm going to put the links to two videos in the bottom of this video. The first one is one I found myself on Facebook, and that is Joe Edwards, what he's about, how he become a coach. He actually came through the academy at Chelsea and was released as a 16-year-old. He started playing a little bit of non-league, obviously didn't make the grade at professional level. He wasn't enjoying it. He got invited back to Chelsea, where he works as an administrator during the day, just doing paperwork, and then he was helping out doing the coaching with the under-7s, the under-8s, and things like that at night. At that point, he's obviously got the hunger for it. He said he just sort of did it for a bit of pocket money, if anything, and a way back into football. But he's really made it his passion and his career. And although I've never heard of him, and I'm sure a lot of you hadn't either, he is currently the England under-20 manager. He has coached at Chelsea level for a long, long time. He's done every single age group there is, up to the 18s, through to the 23s, and then eventually becoming assistant to Frank Lampard at the club. After Lampard left the club, he also managed under other managers, including Thomas Tuchel, who's part of his staff. So he's definitely had vast experience in coaching and learning at the top level. And then when Lampard went to Everton, he left his post at Chelsea and followed Fat Frank up to Scousland, but obviously it didn't work out for Lampard there either. He left the club along with his coaching staff, and now Edwards has landed himself in the position of England under-20 manager. He has helped out before at England level, in the under-17 stage, when I think they won the Toulon Cup or something like that. But really interesting. Of course, he's worked very closely with Jody Morris as well at those points. Morris, as we know, followed Fat Frank everywhere as well, but recently he's managed Swindon Town, and he was sat there a few months ago. So he's currently out of work. Edwards has worked very closely with Jody Morris down the years. So could that be a little 1-2 combo? Maybe Frank Lampard's had a little say and a little input to the Millwall era, trying to get him involved. Who knows? But look, let's move on to the second video, and then I'm going to give my opinions on this. The second video is a lot more longer format, a lot more recent, and he talks in detail about his time at Chelsea, his time learning under Frank Lampard, and how he put on a session for Lampard. Lampard really enjoyed that, and told people, yeah, that guy was good, we'll get him in again, you know, because he sort of stepped up with a full-time permanent first-team coach off sick or whatever. And Lampard really liked him, got him around him, stayed in touch, eventually followed him to Everton as well. So that's an interesting one. You get a bit of an insight into his character. He's definitely, obviously, young, determined and hungry, having worked from the very, very bottom right up to the top. And to do that as well after being at the Chelsea Academy as a player for his entire childhood, that must have been a tough pill to swallow, and a lot of pride had to be swallowed as well. But fair play to him for biting the bullet, going back in as an administrator, and probably seeing people that he played in youth team levels with going on to first team things. But he's definitely sort of had the last laugh, and he's worked his way up into a really well-respected position in football. That second video, my old mate Nick Hart, the legend from Actung Millwall, he retweeted that. Someone had tweeted it and he retweeted it. But I'm going to put the links to both those videos in the description below so you can get an idea of what he's about. I like what he's about because there's pros and cons to this. First and foremost, I had said from the very outset, if we can't get someone that's really going to excite us and potentially a big name that could push us forward, and I believe that Muscat can do that, but he looks like he's out of the running. I would love Nathan Jones as well, and he is allegedly still in the running. It's between him and Edwards currently in the top two positions in the betting odds amongst the bookies. But I said, look, if you can't get someone like that, don't go for a boring vanilla. You know, no disrespect to John Hughes, I didn't want him. You know, Gary Rowett 2.0 and Gary Monk. Another one, Steve Bruce. I'll name these managers in every video lately, but it is what it is, and the search goes on. On that basis, the search goes on. Firstly, I put out on social media yesterday something like another name thrown into the hat and did the little emoji, and someone said, don't moan because you wanted Rowett gone. I'm not moaning. I think the club are doing absolutely the right thing to bide their time. We've got 2 games to go until the international break. I strongly believe that Adam Barrett could carry the team right through till January if needed, because don't forget, transfer window opens in January and we can't do a thing. No matter what manager comes in, they're not going to be able to do anything until then. So I think the club have done absolutely the right thing. They're taking their time over this process. As I said before, Rowett come in from Harris, took over the ship. Neil Harris got the ship up. Rowett didn't sail us off into the sunset, but he didn't sink either. And it was a good appointment, Rowett. Whether I thought he was boring or not, whether I thought he was a good manager or not, he definitely didn't take us backwards. So this one is absolutely critical to the club's existence going forward. And I think that James Berylson, as you've just seen there, is absolutely doing the right thing. Is it false that he's having to wait and he can't get the people he wants, or are they actually really being careful with this process? I don't have an issue with it. Wait as long as it takes. As I said, for me, but we've got 2 games to the international break, and Barrett could easily take us through till January with a new manager could come in. I don't think that will happen. I thought they would have appointed someone by now, but they still haven't. It could be before Saturday, so they could parade the new manager on the pitch before the Southampton game, or it could be during the international break. But going back to Edwards, I've just come away from the point slightly. I did say, instead of getting the Monks, the Bruces and the etceteras of this world, try and give it, if you can't get exactly who you want, to a young and hungry and up-and-coming manager. Look at Steve Cooper, Nottingham Forest, involved in the England setup, never managed, went to Swansea, done really well, and now he's got Forest up into the Premier League after taking them from rock bottom of the Championship, and they're holding their own eventually in the top flight, but that's not easy. And also Kieran McKenna, the Ipswich manager, look at him, come from Man United. All right, Man United, yes, but he was only a coach there, never really played at a great level himself, professionally anyway. It's still a great standard these days for non-league. It's higher and higher, but talking Wikipedia, get it on the ball, 400 appearances. McKenna hadn't done that, and neither had Edwards, but look what McKenna's done there, and I just think it will be a really exciting and different way to go. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. What I will say about Edwards, if he does get the job, and again, look, I am massively reading between the lines here. I can't give you any facts of exactly how he likes to play and exactly what he likes to do, but as an outsider looking in, being brought through the ranks at Chelsea and learning from the managers and the players that he has, some world-class players and managers over the years, I think he is going to be one of these new age managers like Liam Rossini that likes to pop the ball, like Swansea, like Southampton just popped into my head. Russell Martin, he loves to pop the ball because they're all trying to do this Man City and Liverpool pop. I think he will attempt to completely change the face of the way this football club plays. Do I have an issue with that? No. Of course we love the kick, bollock and bite and the Millwall nest, but I do feel now we are in danger of getting stuck in the dark ages and we need a little bit more than just the Millwall way carrying us forward. So it's a very exciting / risky appointment if it does happen. The only other thing that slightly concerns me, and I could be absolutely bang out of order here, but I'm just looking at what I've looked at and it's all I've got to go off. I'm worried if, and I think it will take time if he does want to do that, because we need new players in, we need to get players out, and we need to get the players that remain to play the way he wants to play, if he wants to play that way. I'm worried. I'm going to say it. He looks like a nice kid. And to me, he is a kid. He's fucking 8 years, something like it, younger than me. He seems like a nice, polite person. Is he ready for the cauldron that is the den if it doesn't go well and time starts ticking? I'm not sure. I'm not sure he's that sort of Nathan Jones, give it back to the fans, which I love, personally, if I'm honest. I loved it with Harris, and I loved it with Morrison. Is he that sort of... Is he going to go under, basically? That's what I'm getting to. Short story, extremely long. Is he going to go under? That remains to be seen. I can't comment on that, but I don't know. I just got that sense that he's just a nice boy next door sort of person, and I don't think, things do go tits up. I'm not sure he's going to be ready for it. But look, I would absolutely take him. At the minute, more reports today, look at that tweet there, that they are the names involved. Muscat, Bill, Edwards, Nathan Jones. The only one there I don't want is Michael Bill. Will we appoint before Saturday? I'm not sure. Will it be Joe Edwards? It remains to be seen, but I'll bring you more on this as it happens. If it happens live, I'll have to jump straight on it. Hopefully it don't happen today because I'm slightly hungover. Please subscribe to Lions TV. Come on, you Lions.